This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Much of the nation seeing more bad weather. Snow from the Midwest to the east. Here's Zach Taylor with the National Weather Service.
It's been a relatively cold week for much of the central and eastern U.S., and as this storm system moves through and brings the snow, it's just going to reinforce some of that cold air, especially across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast.
On the West Coast, Oregon's governor declared a statewide emergency last night after some freezing rain. Thousands of residents have been without power there since an ice storm on Saturday. The rain, snow, and freezing temperatures across the nation in the past couple of weeks have led to dozens of deaths. A cargo plane made an emergency landing last night at Miami International Airport. The problem was engine failures, says a spokesman for Atlas Air. Everybody's okay. Hunter Biden, the president's son, will now testify privately before a House committee.
Hunter Biden has agreed to a deposition with House Republicans. Republicans on the House Oversight Committee want a private deposition. The president's son has been defying that, insisting on public testimony.
Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say.
The committee now says an agreement has been reached. The deposition is set for February 28th. Republicans have been investigating Hunter Biden's overseas business dealings for over a year in a so far futile effort to connect it to his father. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Israel's trying to get its hostages back from Hamas, but how? A member of Israel's war cabinet now says the only thing that can do it is a ceasefire deal. A Ukrainian drone hit an oil storage depot in Russia this morning, causing a massive fire. This is AP News. Now to Haiti and gangs and violence.
Residents in Port-au-Prince have made barricades to defend themselves after gang members raided a key community in Haiti's capital. The pop of automatic weapons had echoed throughout the Solino district on Thursday as thick columns of black smoke rose above the neighborhood, where frantic residents kept calling radio stations asking for help. René Auguste, a resident who's protesting, calls for the entire country to rise up to make Prime Minister Ariel Henry respond. He says we can no longer resist insecurity by gangs. Nenel Volme, who's been displaced by the violence, says, "On Sunday I was sitting with a friend near my house when 3 bullets came in. One hit me and broke the bone, but I don't have the means to go to the hospital." The attack could mark a turning point for the gangs. If Solino falls, gangs would have easy access to other neighborhoods. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
And I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
At the KSMO studios, right here at Hometown Radio Station, we do have that wind chill advisory in effect until noon tomorrow, and well-placed wind chill advisory. It's cold out there, so if you're heading out and about today, make sure you do bundle it up. That wind chill is way below zero already, or -9, with 16-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest, and it's just going to get breezier this morning, up to about maybe 20 miles an hour or so out of the northwest, with gusts up to 30. So wind chills possibly could even get to minus double digits yet this morning. So our temperature has been going down since last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. It really started to plummet. And it's cold, man. It's just cold. Scattered flurries were occurring. I haven't seen anything lately, so I want to pretty well take that out of our forecast. Cloudy skies through the rest of the morning hours for the most part. We may see a little peak or two of sunshine By late morning, gradually clearing by the afternoon. We should have sun by the afternoon, and we should actually climb back up temperature-wise to about 18. But wind chills are pretty much going to be in the near zero or low single digits most of the day today. Winds out of the northwest at 12 to 20 miles an hour, gusting to 30. Clouds tonight, low dropping to 0. Wind chills expected early Saturday morning at minus 15 to minus 17. Northwest winds 10 to 15, gusting to 25. Sunny on Saturday, a high of near 19. North winds 5 to 15, could gust to 20. Clear Saturday night, low of 5 with a northeasterly breeze, becoming southeasterly after midnight. Partly sunny Sunday, high near 30. Cloudy Sunday night, low of 21 and breezy. And then Monday in the morning, there's a possibility of some freezing rain. Now, we don't know what the situation is yet. It's still a little bit too far out to really tell, but it could either be freezing rain or sleet or just rain. We still know at this moment. Then rain pretty much off and on through the rest of the week. We're going to have clouds pretty much all week long with rain Monday night, rain Tuesday morning. Then we'll have a little break, and then rain coming back in Tuesday night for Wednesday and Thursday. So it's going to be warmer, up in the 40s by Tuesday of next week, but raining and a little bit of clouds and a little bit of wind. But warmer, 40 degrees, 45, up to about maybe even 50 by next Friday. So, yeah, we have warmer temperatures coming in, but we will have that rain. At the KSMO studios right now, though, at your hometown radio station, we have no rain. We have no snow. We have clouds. We have wind. We have plenty of wind. And we have cold temperatures. We have a temperature reading right now of still 9 degrees at KSMO. Cloudy skies. Winds are out of the northwest at 16 mile an hour. And we have 75% relative humidity, making it feel like minus 9. We have 30.48 inches of pressure, and that is climbing. It's a cold morning, gang. If you're out and about, please bundle it up. We do have 2 cancellations to pass on. Our B.W. Robinson School in Rolla, that state school is closed today, and the Ozark Hill State School 61 in Salem. It is also closed today. B.W. Robinson School in Rolla and the Ozark Hill State School in Salem both have canceled their classes for today. There you go. That's the only ones we have at this time. We'll keep you posted should others arrive. Well, I don't know if we will have any more, but we never know. That's why we show up and do the things we do. We have coming your way, though, local news. It is next. That's up right after this short 1-minute break.
And just inside of half court, bang! Bang! At the buzzer! He climbed the elevator, caught it with 2 hands, and flushed it on the way down. C. Scooped up, thrown up, off the backboard and in, and Missouri wins. This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball. The Bragging Rights Trophy is coming to Como, folks. The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield. Run out to the rim, and he flushed it.
Did you know there is someone at your local hospital who can help you manage and understand the challenges of today's healthcare decisions? I'm Lisa Delaney, Director of Social Services at Salem Memorial District Hospital. If you have questions about Medicare or Medicaid, rehabilitation services, long-term care placement, or advanced healthcare planning, call me at 573-729-6626 to discuss your needs. We are committed to every patient, every encounter, every time.
Thank you, Lisa. KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. It's time right now for a look at some local news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. My name is Stan Stevens, bringing it to you on AM 1340, FM 95.7, online, KSMOradio.com, and our KSMO Stream Facebook page, as well as our KSMO YouTube page. Thanks for joining us wherever you might be tuned into this morning. In news, the Dane County Commission met Thursday morning at the courthouse. In the road report, the ground is too frozen for any type of road work, so both districts will be working in the shop. District 1 Commissioner Wes Mowbray said men would be working on fixing the sensor on a brush cutter, and others would be putting a plow back on the county truck, amongst other jobs. District 2 Commissioner Gary Polk said dump truck number 126 is a bad cylinder and will be taken to Springfield. A man will be moving chips for the chip and seal work to be done later this year, and others will be moving old culvert pipes. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson said he attended the Phelps County Housing Authority meeting where they received a clean audit from HUD. He said the MRPC will have their legislative day at the Capitol January 23rd, where members will be meeting with state legislators to discuss some of the priorities affecting this area. One of those priorities is House Bill 1870 to extend the collection of taxes to store hazardous materials. Larson went on to say the county is still waiting on guidance on how to handle the opioid settlement money they have received. He said some counties have already created committees and spent some of the money, but other counties in this region are still waiting on clarification on how and to who the money can be distributed. Dent County Clerk Angie Curley said the 2024 county tentative budget is available for the public in her office. Curley reported on the Missouri Association of Counties meeting held Tuesday, where they discussed unfunded and underfunded state mandates, jail prisoner per diem payments, assessor reimbursements, salaries, clarification on Senate Bill 190, and much more. Also, the budget hearing for the 2024 budget will be held Monday, January 29th at 10 at the courthouse. At 10, Commission opened bids on surplus and scrap property. Jared Givens was awarded the small windows with his bid of $12 and the large windows with his bid of $15. Jordan Thompson was the high bid for the scrap copper for $400, and Pat Taggett was the high bid for the round windows at $250, the wrought iron fence for $300, and the wrought iron corner for $100. At the last meeting, Dent County Collector Shannon Van Kirk gave her updated turnover report for the month of December. A total of $5,134,017 was collected from real estate, personal property taxes, and merchants' licenses. Another $171,822.95 was collected from the state-assessed utilities like railroads, pipelines, electric transmission lines, and more. The next meeting of the Dent County Commission will be Monday morning at 9 at the courthouse. That meeting is open to the public. Missouri's 2023-2024 deer hunting season ended January 15th, with the Missouri Department of Conservation reporting a preliminary record-setting total deer harvest for the season of 326,026 deer. This year's new harvest record surpasses the one set in 2006. That was 325,457. Other deer harvested, 147,705 were antlered bucks, 29,060 were button bucks, and 149,261 were does. The top harvest counties for the overall deer season were Franklin with 7,395 deer taken and Howell with 6,346. Dent County reported 1,506 antlered bucks, 339 button bucks, and 2,013 does were taken for a total harvest of 3,858. Totals in the surrounding counties include Texas with 2,543 antlered bucks with 510 button bucks and 3,128 does for 6,181 deer harvested. Crawford County had 1,949 antlered bucks, 457 button bucks, and 1,999 does taken for a total of 4,405 deer harvested. Shannon County had 4,141 deer harvested, comprised of 1,527 antlered bucks, 2,256 does, and 358 button bucks. Reynolds County had 1,209 antlered bucks captured, 329 button bucks, and 1,593 does taken for a total of 3,131 deer harvested. And Phelps County had 1,321 antlered bucks, 310 button bucks, and 1,362 does taken for a total deer harvest of 2,993. Hunters harvested 299,719 deer during the 2022-2023 deer hunting season, with 140,735 antlered bucks, 27,028 button bucks, and 131,956 does. Deer hunting ended with the close of the archery season. Preliminary data from the Department of Conservation for the archery season showed 55,396 deer taken during this past season. Top counties for the archery deer season were Jefferson with 1,440, Franklin with 1,194, and St. Louis County with 1,022. Hunters did check 56,683 deer during the 2022-2023 archery deer season. And the Dent County Fire Protection District Board of Directors met Tuesday evening. After the roll call and approval of the consent agenda, the board approved the minutes of the December meeting as presented. Financial report showed an ending balance of $185,000 $138.72 as of December 31st. That figure does include a part of next year's tax money that was received earlier in December. During the budget review, it was noted that firefighter equipment for the department was $289.31% over budget due to the replacement firefighter gear from insurance and gear purchased with grant money and the replacement of the engine on truck number 85. Treasurer Dave Will stated that at this time, not all the bills are in, but it does appear approximately $69,000 will be carried over from the 2023 budget. Bills, payments, and statements were reviewed with all the accounts being reconciled. The budget was then reviewed with 2022 comparisons, showing all tax money was collected and the budget was over in some categories due to the insurance paying for damaged gear. The monthly reimbursement report showed a total of 18 calls for the month of December and the same total year to date. Of the calls received, 6 were fire calls, 4 were medical, 3 calls that were canceled. 1 call was for utility problems, alarms, and hazmat, while 2 calls were being classified as other. In the old business, Engine 85 is being refitted and parts are being used on other trucks, still not back in service. In new business, Sarah Montoya was passed by the officers' board to join the department as a firefighter. The board of directors will interview Montoya at the next scheduled meeting and make a final decision. Chief Lloyd then gave his report to the board and said he had met with Sentinel Emergency Solutions to check truck prices for SCBA packs for the department, and that pricing is being sent to him for review. Before going into closed session, the next meeting day was set for Tuesday, February 13th at the fire station at 6 o'clock. The board then went into closed session. 7:44, sports is next.
If you look close enough, you can see the hidden potential that lives within your fields. That's why an agro-liquid crop nutrition plan starts with the crop and identifies the precise combination of primary nutrients while focusing on the support of secondary and micronutrients, ensuring that every nutrient is working in harmony for your crop to reach its full potential, maximizing growth while offering lower use rates and greater overall efficiency. And with our comprehensive customer support and robust agronomic knowledge, you can feel confident that your precision crop nutrition plan is the right one to reach your goals. Apply less, expect more? Precisely. Find an AgroLiquid dealer and achieve more with less at agroliquid.com.
At the KSMO studios right now, it's time for some sports news. Brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO. The Owensville Dutch girls hit 11 three-pointers and dominated the Salem Lady Tigers Thursday night at the SHS Gym, 71-30. Faith Kaminsky had 10 points and 10 rebounds, while Addison Fulton netted 11 points. Emma Daniels led Owensville with 18. The Salem Lady Tigers will be at Vienna tonight in a makeup game at 6. It's a varsity-only contest. Salem's 4-13 going into the game. Lady Eagles, they're 7-7 on the year. Salem boys basketball Tigers rallied from a second quarter deficit to come back and beat Fordland Thursday night 71-60 in the opening round of the Houston Community Foundation tournament. Braden Gapsch had 23 points, followed by Caden Gately with 13 to lead the Tigers, who are now 8-6 on the year. They'll face Kabul tonight at 8:30 in Houston in the semifinal contest. Kabul enters the game with an 11-4 record. The winner of tonight's game will play for the championship Saturday at 6, while the loser will play for third place at 4:30. Game tonight will be on KSMO Radio and audio stream on KSMO Media. St. Louis Blues lost to the Washington Capitals Thursday night 5-2. Alex Ferrario has that report for us from the Blues Radio Network. Alex?
Last night, the Blues went out on the road to take on the Washington Capitals. First time these two teams have met this season, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. In the first period, TJ Oshie would score a power play goal. The Blues would get one back, though, as Nathan Walker got his second goal of the season parked in front of the net. 1-1 tie after the first period. But then the second period, penalties piled up as the Blues would have 3 power play opportunities. They would go 0 for 3, while the Washington Capitals would get 2 power play opportunities and go 1 for 2. Also would score 2 even strength goals from the second period into the third period early in the third period to take a 4-1 lead. Nathan Walker would get one back to make it 4-2, but then TJ Oshie capped off the hat-trick night with an empty netter as the Blues fell 5-2. First time the Blues have lost 3 straight under Drew Bannister, now 21-20-2 on the season. They'll take on the same Capitals team Saturday night at Enterprise Center, 7 o'clock puck drop, 6:30 pregame skate on the St. Louis Blues radio network.
Thank you, Alex. At KSMO, we'll have that game either live if Salem plays at 4:30, or on a recorded basis at following the Salem game, which would start then at 6 o'clock in Houston. We'll have that game one way or another. Just either it will be live or a recorded game. And, of course, Missouri Tigers, their game Saturday starting at 6:30 will not be held because of the Salem Tigers and Blues schedule. Missouri has lost 7 of their last 8 games. They're 8-9 on the year. They're 0-4 in the SEC Conference. The game, again, not heard on KSMO due to the Salem and Blues broadcast. And the Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills play Sunday at Buffalo beginning at 5:30. That's the correct time. Chiefs are 2-0 against the Bills in the playoffs since 2021, while the Bills have won all 3 regular season games against the Chiefs in that same time period. The game will be on CBS TV. It'll be free. And that's a look at news and sports brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Again, our closures we have for today, just a couple. The B.W. Robinson School in Rolla will not be open today, and the Ozark Hills State School number 61 in Salem will also be closed today. That's B.W. Robinson School in Rolla, the Ozark Hills State School in Salem, both closed today. When we return at here at KSMO Radio, well, we're not going to go anywhere. Let's just go ahead and give you that daily investment report right now, right here on KSMO. The daily investment report brought to you as a courtesy of the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones Brokerage, helping people with their investment needs. They have been for many years, since way back in 1922. Let them be of assistance to you today. Call them up at 729-3831 or drop by 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, and the Daily Investment Report. With a report this morning, it is Leah Nash. Leah?
This is financial advisor Leah Nash from Edward Jones bringing you the Daily Financial Market Report. U.S. equities closed higher. The Dow closed up 202 points at 37,469. The Nasdaq closed up 200 points at 15,056. The S&P 500 closed up 42 points at 4,781. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.14%, higher by 0.04 percentage points. In commodity markets, the price of crude oil was up $1.45 at $73.93, and the spot price of gold was up $18.50 to $2,025 even. In stocks of local interest, Ameren Corporation closed down 71 cents at $69.61. AT&T closed down 1 cent at $16.40. Boeing Company closed up $8.55 at $211.61. Dollar General closed down $1.17 at $135.99. ExxonMobil closed down 18 cents at $96.80. McDonald's closed up $3.20 at $294.36. Microsoft closed up $4.40 at $393.87. PepsiCo closed up 73 cents at $167.17. Pfizer closed down 6 cents at $28.09. Procter & Gamble closed down 86 cents at $148.14. U.S. Bancorp closed down 67 cents at $40.15. And Walmart closed up $2.17 at $163.24. This has been today's Financial Market Report, brought to you by Edward Jones and Financial Advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing in Salem, Missouri. If you'd like more information, please stop by or contact us at 573-729-3831. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.
Thank you, Leah, and don't forget to join us again for our next Daily Investment Report this afternoon, right around 5:30, 5:35, or 7:40, 7:45 come Monday morning. The Daily Investment Report from the offices of Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC at the KSMO studios. We're going to come bouncing back with a look at weather next. That's coming your way in 1 minute.
Want a good way to start the morning? Grab a McDonald's breakfast. Want a better way to start the morning? Grab their incredible buy one, get one for $1 breakfast deal. Now that's what I call a morning miracle. Right now, I can choose from the scrumptious sausage biscuit, savory sausage McMuffin, or the soft and warm sausage McGriddles. At McDonald's, morning miracles really do exist. I guess you could say I'm living on the sunny side of the drive-thru line. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
You'll find these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Gum Out Carb and Choke Cleaner $4.99. Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner for $7.99. Blue Devil Oil Stop Leak for $14.99. And KSMO Coolant Leak Repair for $15.99. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
At KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, it's time for a look at weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listening area. Brought to you by your friends at Healthy Dent County and the Salem Community Center at the Army. Well, they've had a great boot camp that they had over there. It really has done a good job, and that has been well attended. But don't forget they have other great classes coming up in the month of February. That's true. They have their line dancing coming your way beginning Tuesday evenings in February on the 6th. And it'll be every Tuesday night in February at 6:30 at the Community Center at the Armory. It's $5 per person. You just pay at the door when you can make it, and your instructor will be Rosalie Wright. That's your line dancing dance classes at Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. It's a great way to get a nice little workout in and enjoy the music and have some fun with friends and maybe neighbors and enjoy yourself. And get out there. Line dancing dance classes Tuesdays beginning in February at the Healthy Dent County Salem Community Center at the Armory Event Center. And it'll be a good time for all guaranteed. So check that out. If you have any questions, call 739-1127 or at Healthy Dent County 729-8163. They can guide you to the right person to answer the questions you might have. Okay. Let's get to some weather, and then we'll try and answer the questions you might have there, because it's cold. That question can answer be that the easy answer. It's cold. Band of light snow that came through this morning is pretty well out of our area. We may still see a flake or two yet this morning, but for the most part, it's all gone. Temperatures will continue to fall, though, this morning. They're not done yet. They'll likely continue to go down till about 10 o'clock-ish or so, or just plateau down and not go any further. But they'll still, winds could pick up, and that could create a wind chill that could still plummet a little lower yet this morning. Now, given the cold air advection and northerly flow over the plateau, clouds will be slow to clear this morning. When they finally do, sunshine should occur, probably no later than late this afternoon. Temps will struggle to climb up at all. They're going to be into the teens at best, no more than 20 even out west. While the northerly winds will decrease tonight, a partly cloudy sky will allow for temps to rapidly drop into single digits to near zero for the low. Wind chill values tonight will drop back to about -10 to -15 again. A surface high will clear skies on Saturday with continued light cold air advection. Highs will be similar as today with readings in the teens to near 20. Sunday, surface high pressure will slide east of our area with a return to southeasterly winds. Clouds will be on the increase again Sunday afternoon. Given the southerly winds, we should see temperatures be a little bit warmer and reach near freezing for a high. By Sunday night, though, shortwave energy will move through the southwestern United States, and that will bring a southwest flow back into our area. A warm nose of air aloft could lift through the area and bring with it some precipitation. When it's a warm air over cold air, you're going to have precipitation that usually freezes one way or another. This could produce freezing rain. It could produce sleet. That's going to be changing to rain by Monday during the day. The rainfall then looks to continue overnight into early Tuesday morning and then should come to an end, then continue again Tuesday night through Thursday. And it will be a bit warmer, though, as highs will be in the 40s as a continued increase in temperatures is expected, but also continue increase in the chance of getting some rain as well. 41 our high yesterday afternoon, 24 the low. And that was at 8:05 yesterday morning. So it was still fairly mild last night, even fairly late, about midnight or so. But after that, about 2 o'clock is when we really started to see the temperatures start to plummet. Felt the wind starting to change, probably about 11-ish or so. But the temperatures really went down in the early morning hours, probably between 2 and 5, I would say, was the biggest drop right in there. 44 our high yesterday, 24 the low, and that's the normal as well. So we weren't far off the norm yesterday, but we'll be off the norm today. 72 is the record high. That was in 1951. Minus 13, the record low in 1984, and I remember those days. January was a cold month back in 84. It was bitterly cold here. Yesterday we had no rain. For the month, 1 3/5 inches, and that's what should be normal, 1 3/5 inches. Sunrise this morning, 7:18. Sunset will be at 5:15. The extended forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I should say Tuesday through Thursday. Clouds with plenty of rain. And they're going to be not a steady rain all the way for the 3 days, but intermittent rain. Should have rain Tuesday, and it should come to an end by Tuesday late morning or early afternoon. Then continue again come Tuesday night. We'll have a high of 45 Tuesday, low of 34 Tuesday night. Chance of intermittent rain throughout the day Wednesday, cloudy and up to 48 for a high. Chance of rain Wednesday night, low of 36, and more rain on Thursday, and a high again near 48. Not a continued rain, but intermittent scattered showers. That local forecast and our current conditions next after this.
The Healthy Dent County Fitness Center is proud to announce that they are now offering free memberships to those who have the Silver Sneakers program, which is a benefit available through many Medicare plans. Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading community fitness program designed exclusively for older adults. Getting started is as easy as calling the Healthy Dent County Fitness Center at 739-1127 to see if you qualify, or stop by and sign up at the Fitness Center office, take a tour of the facility, and start working out at no cost. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, partnering together for your well-being. Stop by 1200 West Rollo Road or call 739-1127 to get all the details. Healthy Dent County and the Silver Sneakers program, together for your benefit.
Wind chill advisory in effect till noon tomorrow. Wind chill advisory in effect till noon tomorrow. For today, we're going to have clouds at least through mid-morning, and maybe a little bit longer than that, as it may be slow clearing out. But once it does, we should have some sunshine, and a high today is expected to be close to 18. Winds out of the northwest, though, it will never even feel like 18. We'll probably not get out of the single digits after the wind chill this morning. Gusts of wind could be as high as 30 miles an hour. Normally it's going to be 12 to 20 all morning long. Cloudy skies tonight, where our low will drop near 0. Wind chills again by minus 15. Northwesterly winds 10 to 15, could gust to 25. Sunshine Saturday, but cold, high about 18, 19. North winds 5 to 15 will gust up to 20. We will have highs wind chill wise only in the single digits again Saturday. Clear Saturday night, low of 5 with a northeasterly breeze 5 to 10, moving to the southeast after midnight. Partly sunny on Sunday, a little bit warmer up near 30, and then clouds Sunday night at the low of 21 and breezy conditions with winds out of southwest. Now, that will be bringing in possibly some precipitation. So Monday morning, we could see some freezing rain or sleet. It will eventually just become rain, and we'll have a high of 36, but it will be still breezy with those southwest winds expected. And Monday night rain is likely, and a low of 29 with a chance of more rain early Tuesday morning, as we mentioned, before it comes to an end, and a high closer to 45. Right now, though, at the KSMO studios, it's cold. Cold is the key word here. It's 8 degrees. It's cloudy. We feel like minus 10. We have 16-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the northwest. We have 72% relative humidity, and the pressure on the rise, 30.49 inches. Minus 10 is what it feels like outside right now. And that has been a look at what's going on in the world of weather, brought to you as a courtesy of Healthy Dent County and the Salem Community Center at the Army. Remember, if you have no place to go during the day and you need to get a little bit warm, Remember, they do have the public access right there for computers. You have Wi-Fi down there. You can take your laptop or tablet or just go down and just to get warm. They have some tables in there that you can enjoy the computers if you wish, or just kick back and relax a little bit and get yourself warmed up. Again, that's during their normal business hours, 8 to 4:30, down at Healthy County in the Salem Community Center at the Army. So check that out if you need to. Again, they also offer many other services, and you can find out a whole bunch of different things. Check out the big bulletin board down there if you're there. And don't forget, AARP tax filing assistance will be available again. You can sign up for that at the Community Center at the Army at 729-8163. They'll start that February the 2nd. Yep. It's here before you know it. Check it out. And if you have any questions, call 729-8163. Healthy Dent County in the Salem Community Center at the Armory, where health, education, and the community meets. We have coming your way Civic Happenings next. That's up right after this.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Hey, it's Fitz from the Country Top 40, and Bailey Zimmerman's going to join us this weekend to talk about his humble town of Louisville, Illinois.
You will miss it if you're not careful. I mean, it is a straight-through town. You've got no stoplights, one subway.
Why it's mattered so much to him over the years, and the 40 biggest songs in country music this weekend on the Country Top 40, right here.
Country Top 40 comes your way 8 o'clock Sunday night here at KSMO Radio. It's time for our Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. The Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us here at KSMO Radio and your friends at Soundtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. You know, when it comes to a fine collection of appliances, you can find them right here in town at Southtown. Freezers, refrigerators, stoves. They've got also your washers and dryers, dishwashers, things of that nature that you might be needing. Yep, they're right here in town. Head on down to Southtown Furniture, and whether you're planning to replace the ones you currently have, or maybe you don't have any, you're buying it for the first time. Your friends at Southtown will be more than happy to allow you to see the different ones that they have down there, sure, but also talk to you about other options. And there might be one that you want a little bit different than the one you're seeing there now. Well, there are other ones available. They can order them in and get them in just the one that exactly the one that you want. So get in touch with them at Southtown Furniture here in Salem. Whether you can stop on by at 1601 South Highway 19, I always recommend that. Where you get a chance to see what's in the store and talk to them in person. Or give them a call, 729-3422. And you can get all the information you need there. And you can also go online at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com and let your fingers browse around and check things out that way. Southtown Furniture in Salem. Open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. It's where the bargains are on Highway 19 South, 2 blocks south of the Crossroads Shopping Center, where the bargains are. Michelle Akers of Raymondville passed away on January 15th at the age of 64. A funeral service for Michelle Akers will be held at noon today at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. Visitation will be from 11 until service time today. Interment will be in the Licking Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home of Licking for Michelle Akers, whose funeral services will be at noon at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. Clifford Thompson of Salem passed away Thursday at the age of 86. Funeral services for Clifford Thompson will be at 1 o'clock on Monday at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Visitation will be from 11 until service time Monday at the chapel. Interment will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Clifford Thompson, survived by daughters Jane Whited and husband Ed of West Plains, Jill Lund of Cabot, Arkansas, and Jennifer Scott and husband Barry of Raymore, Missouri. Brother David Thompson and wife Janet of Salem, 6 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, and extended family and friends. Memorials may be made to the Montauk Rose Howland Trout Derby. cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Salem for Clifford Thompson, whose funeral services will be held Monday at 1 at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Ursula Sophia Valerio of Salem passed away Sunday in Salem at the age of 81. Funeral services for Ursula Sophia Valerio will be at 1 o'clock Monday at the Salem Christian Church. Visitation will be from 11 until service time Monday at the church. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Ursula Sophia Valerio, survived by her son Victor Valerio of Salem, a brother Walden Skonechny and wife Jennifer of Salem, and extended family and friends. Arrangements are under the direction and care of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Ursula Sophia Valerio, whose funeral services will be at 1 o'clock Monday at the Salem Christian Church. Louise Lucille Derryberry of Salem passed away Thursday at the age of 98. Funeral services for Louise Lucille Derryberry will be held Tuesday at 1 at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Visitation will be held prior to the service from 11:30 until service time on Tuesday. The interment will be in the North Lawn Cemetery in Salem. Louise Lucille Derryberry, survived by children Janet Mead and husband Gary of Houston, Texas, and Roger Derryberry and wife Terry of St. Louis. Plus, 3 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and a host of extended family and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Salem for Louise Lucille Derryberry, whose funeral services will be Tuesday at 1 at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. More of our civic record, it's coming up in just a moment.
Southtown Furniture in Salem is your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers. Speed Queen is the most dependable washer and dryer available today, featuring their famous commercial design using only the highest quality metal components. These components are tested for over 10,000 cycles or 25 years of life at 8 loads per week. Your clothes will always come out cleaner with Speed Queen's large size agitator and wash tub, both rotating, allowing water to move through the heaviest fabric to create a better, gentle wash. Stop by Southtown Furniture today, your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem. It's Southtown Furniture.
At the KSMO studios, we continue with our civic record. Everyone's invited out to the Salem Eagles for their pork tenderloin dinner tonight. It'll be from 5 to 8. And the cost is $12 a plate. It is exceptional, and I highly recommend it. If you can, get out to the Eagles Club. That's tonight from 5 to 8 for the pork tenderloin dinner. They're located on Highway 32 West, just past the airport. They're on the north side of Highway 32, and all are welcome to come on out and enjoy a great pork tenderloin dinner. 5 to 8 o'clock tonight. The cost $12 per plate. Tomorrow night, the Eagles, they'll be having a trivia night. It's open to the public. It's $25 per person, and that includes your meal and a soda. The doors will open at 5. Trivia gets underway about 6-ish or so. Salem Eagles Club is out Highway 32 West again. Go on by, check it out. It should be a lot of fun. The trivia night, Saturday night, Salem Eagles, open to the public. $25 per person, which includes your meal and a soda. All are welcome to attend. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they will be serving up turkey and cheese sandwich with vegetable soup, crackers, peaches, and milk. Now, Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. Everybody and anybody, all ages, are welcome to come and eat at the Salem Nutrition site. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. Again, all are welcome. If you have any questions, call 729-2373, the Salem Nutrition site. And their menu today, turkey and cheese sandwich, vegetable soup, crackers, peaches, and milk. And don't forget that the menu may change without notice. That concludes the Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. And make it a point. Head on down that way now. It might be pretty bitterly cold today, and maybe you don't want to try and get out and about today. Totally understandable. But you can still browse online at Salem Community Center, Southtown Furniture, Salem.com. Where did that come from? Anyway, nonetheless, well, if you're down to Salem Community Center, the Army, use public access and go check out Southtown Furniture, Salem.com and browse down there. Yeah, stay warm and do a little browsing while you're just taking it easy a little bit and staying out of this cold. Your friends at Southtown also welcome you to stop by if you're already out and about at 1601 South Highway 19. And you can just call them if you're in the comfort of your home and you'd like to find out more information about bedding or appliances or beautiful furnishings or floor covering or more. They'll answer those questions for you and keep you up to date. Your friends at Southtown Furniture in Salem, part of the Bodar family of furniture stores, have been serving this area since 1922. 101 plus years of service. Southtown Furniture in Salem, where the bargains are. At KSMO Radio, we have statewide news from the Missouri Net, our Salem Nutrition Center's menu coming up. Also AP News and sports at the Missouri Net. It's all on the way, all right here. KSMO. Thanks for joining us on your Friday morning.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is reminding livestock producers to be on the lookout for black vultures. The aggressive birds are affecting livestock operations and are spreading across the state. Missouri livestock producers have been facing the issue for years.
We lost our first calf, which was not a newborn calf, was a bigger calf, about a 300-pounder. You know, we lost a lot of genetics there. It's bad to lose the animal, but also the genetics that you're trying to bring up into your herd also you lose.
There are some mitigation efforts that are recommended.
Pyrotechnics, firing guns up in the air, hang an effigy up in a tree off of a bird that you've taken, or USDA APHIS has been very good about sending birds that they have killed. Effigies seem to be the most effective tool.
The USDA, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and MU Extension stand ready to help livestock producers in the fight against black vultures. Start the process at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
Purple Wave Auction understands that it takes the right equipment to maximize profits in the field. That equipment is up for auction every week at purplewave.com. Bid on hundreds of items from John Deere, Kubota, Case IH, and more. Our marketplace transparency makes bidding on those tractors, balers, and sprayers safe and easy. Equipment sells to the highest bidder regardless of price. Get started now at purplewave.com. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. The winter weather that Missouri has been experiencing in the last week improved the state's drought conditions. The U.S. Drought Monitor shows 83% of Missouri is experiencing drought conditions, down 5% compared to last week. Despite that improvement, severe drought is still impacting parts of central and south central Missouri, while extreme drought is found in small parts of central Missouri's Gasconade, Crawford, Phelps, and Marys counties. The drought conditions may improve in the next week, with forecasters expecting more rain and snow over the next several days. America's oldest beer is piggybacking off its past year in sales growth. That's thanks in large part to the advertising gaffe with Bud Light that resulted in mass boycotting and through its westward expansion into Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Pat Pakunis, general manager of Yuengling, says the company has seen triple-digit growth rates for dollars and volume through December 3rd.
To see now that these great light beers that we've been making for the last several years doing so well is remarkably rewarding. And I think it's just giving consumers a chance to taste not only our flagship, which is, more maltier, fulfilling beer, to really taste these refreshing light beers that we make.
He notes that consumers are looking for a light beer alternative and have turned to America's oldest beer. In the last 4 weeks, sales figures for Flight, its ultralight beer, grew by over 200%. A former executive for an unnamed bank in Missouri is awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to evading anti-money laundering regulations. In his plea, 45-year-old Peter McVeigh of Kansas City admitted that he failed to maintain an appropriate anti-money laundering program as required by the Bank Secrecy Act. From 2014 to 2022, McVeigh helped high-risk bank customers engage in activities to evade the bank's anti-money laundering controls. And $236 million are in tonight's Mega Millions jackpot. The one-time cash payout is worth nearly $114 million. This is MissouriNet.
Are you having a hard time finding ag podcasts? We can help. The podcast directory at agriamerica.com allows you to search by category and topic so it's quick and easy to find what you're looking for. Ag Chicks, Farm for Profit, Heart of Rural America, the Shark Farmer Podcast, Real Ag Radio, and more are featured on Agri-America. Our extensive directory has something for everyone. Discover a new ag podcast today by visiting agriamerica.com. That's agriamerica.com.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
A former Missouri leader has to repay city funding she stole for shopping trips to get lingerie and other items. Anthony Morabith reports.
A former city clerk for the Southwest Missouri municipality of Merriam Woods has pled guilty in federal court to a scheme to defraud the city around $68,000. 28-year-old Brianna Gamble, also known as Brianna Delcour of Ozark, waived her right to a grand jury and had pleaded guilty before a magistrate judge to federal information that charges her with one count of wire fraud. She admitted to engaging in a scheme in which she used her position to use city funds for personal benefit for purchases on Walmart, Amazon, and Victoria's Secret. Under the plea agreement, she must forfeit the stolen money. Anthony Morabith, MissouriNet.
There's a big difference between Missouri's December 2022 and 2023 unemployment rates. The state's jobless rate increased by 0.6 of a percentage point since the same month in 2022. Private businesses fared much better in hiring last month than government did. This is MissouriNet.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem License Office, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, and the Main Street Country Corner Cafe, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Here, KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today, and they will be serving up on this Friday turkey and cheese sandwich with vegetable soup, crackers, peaches, and milk. The Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. Don't forget, everybody is welcome to come and eat at the Salem Nutrition site, all ages. And if you're 60 and above, your suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. Again, that menu for today is turkey and cheese sandwich, vegetable soup, crackers, peaches, and milk. And don't forget, the menu can change without notice. Lunch is served from 11 to 12:30 daily at the Salem Nutrition Center right here in Salem. And the menu can change without notice. Every day we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center's menu as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. Got AP News and Sports from MissouriNet coming up. Keep it here, KSMO Radio.
As winter sets in, the Missouri Fertilizer Control Board encourages producers to talk with their ag retailer about soil testing for the upcoming cropping season. Analyzing your soil needs and establishing a nutrient management plan ensures nutrients are applied at the right rate, improves yields, and maximizes your budget. Learn more at mofcb.com today. That's mofcb.com.
This is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber, inviting you to follow all the exciting action of St. Louis Blues hockey this season. If you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is being there listening here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for the St. Louis Blues.
Playing the hits. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. More fierce weather today from coast to coast. Snow, rain, freezing rain, ice, depending upon where you are. The AP's Donna Warder.
Meteorologist Zach Taylor of the National Weather Service says expect more snow and frigid temperatures in Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, and New York, where yesterday a plane slid off a snowy taxiway in Rochester.
Storm system moves through and brings the snow. It's just going to reinforce some of that cold air, especially across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast.
And on the West Coast, Oregon's governor has declared a statewide emergency after days of freezing rain and the tragedy in which a pregnant woman, her 15-year-old brother, and her boyfriend slipped on ice and touched a downed live wire. All three were killed. I'm Donna Warder.
A cargo plane had to make an emergency landing last night in Miami, but it wasn't the weather. It was engine failure, says Atlas Air. The plane landed safely. They'll try to figure out now why that happened. There are differences of opinion, even among top Israelis, about how Israel should handle its war with Hamas and what it should do to get hostages back.
An Israeli war cabinet member says only a ceasefire deal can win the hostages' release. Gadi Eisenkot says those claiming the hostages can be freed through military pressure were spreading illusions. The former army chief's comments, broadcast on Israel's Channel 12 television station late Thursday, were the latest sign of a growing rift among political and military leaders over the direction of Israel's war on Hamas. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Opponents of abortion rights are rallying in Washington on this snowy Friday. It's the March for Life. Thousands of protesters are expected on the National Mall. There'll be speeches and a march past the Supreme Court and the U.S. Capitol. This is AP News. Turns out pigs may be able to help human beings.
A first-ever experiment shows how pigs might one day help people who have liver failure. Surgeons at the University of Pennsylvania attached the liver of a pig to a brain-dead human body and watched it successfully filter blood. The liver was outside the donated body. The idea is to eventually try the technique in patients with liver failure. For decades, animal-to-human transplants have failed because people's immune systems rejected the foreign tissue. Now, scientists are trying again with pigs whose organs have been genetically modified to be more human-like. The FDA is considering whether to allow a small number of people who need a new organ to volunteer for rigorous studies of either pig hearts or kidneys. I'm Ed Donahue.
More than 300 journalists were jailed around the world toward the end of 2023 because of their work, says the Committee to Protect Journalists. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Missouri soybeans winter meetings are in progress in each of 7 districts in the state. Field Services Coordinator Dylan Anderson says this year each of the meetings begins with a high-yield network discussion.
We're trying to get a community of folks around the state together to share different practices that they're doing and ways that they found that increase their yield, trying to create a fellowship and community to grow the yield across the state.
Anderson says the meetings are just as valuable to Missouri soybean staff as they are to soybean farmers attending.
And it's a really great touch point for farmers to talk to us just as much as it is for us to listen and hear what's going on in each of the different areas across the state.
A list and schedule of the remaining meetings is at mosoy.org. From Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Missouri Net Sports is brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Driving CMVs during winter is no joke. Always be cautious, be prepared, and be safe. Simple actions save lives. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Haley Frank scored 24 points. The Mizzou women shot 53%, and they beat Georgia 69-57 for their second in a row. The Missouri State women's basketball team puts its 10-game home win streak on the line. They host Evansville tonight. Mizzou will try to snap a 4-game losing streak tomorrow. They host the Florida Gators. The Tigers 8-9 overall, 0-4 in the SEC. The Blues on a 3-game losing streak, a 5-2 loss to the Washington Capitals. They went 0-5 on the power play. Coach Drew Bannister says that's got to change.
Power play as a whole, they have to be better. We have to execute. That's plain and simple, and it bled into the rest of our game. It didn't give us any momentum at any time.
Jackson County Executive Frank White vetoed an ordinance that would have put a 3/8 cent sales tax renewal on the April ballot to fund sports stadiums for the Chiefs and Royals. County legislators can override the veto at a meeting on Monday. The last time the Chiefs played a playoff road game was January 16th, 2016 at New England. 14 straight home playoff games. Now Patrick Mahomes and the defending Super Bowl champs are set to battle Josh Allen and the Bills for a spot in the AFC Championship game in Buffalo.
We're going to play our best football to win the game, especially at their place. It's not about ending someone's season for us. It's about just advancing, trying to find a way to survive and advance and get to the next round.
The matchup will mark the third time in the last 4 seasons that the two teams will meet in the postseason. The Chiefs have won both previous playoff matchups, but the Bills won this season's matchup 20-17.
I go into every game with the same mindset, and that's to go out there and win. I mean, we understand that's going to be a great challenge. We understand it's going to be a hostile environment, and we're playing a great football team that's won 7 games in a row, whatever it is.
Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today. Here at KSMO Radio, cancellations. The B.W. Robinson School in Rolla closed today. The Ozark Hills State School in Salem closed. Those are the only two that we have. Again, the B.W. Robinson School in Rolla will not be open today, and the Ozark Hills State School number 61 in Salem also closed for today. As we look at our forecast, it still calls for it to be a pretty cold day today. Now, we will have some wind chill issues through tomorrow. So they got a wind chill advisory in effect until noon on Saturday. Otherwise, we'll finally start to see our skies clear out today. And that's going to make it a little bit cooler here if it does it here in the near future. They were talking mid-morning, and now it's cleared out a little bit quicker than they anticipated. So when that does clear out, we could see our temperatures drop a little bit more. We're right now at 8 degrees, and we could see that go down a degree or two before the sun actually starts really making its effect. But it's not going to make much effect today. We're only going to top out about 18. Winds out of the northwest, they're making their effect known, and they are still coming at us at anywhere from 12 up to 20 miles an hour. We have had a gust up to 25 already this morning. That could actually get up to about 30 miles an hour today during the day. We'll be prepared for those wind gusts, and then they'll be cold ones. There's no doubt about that. Clouds tonight. We're going to drop down back to 0. We will have wind chills at minus 15 or so, and northwesterly winds still at 10 to 15, and gusting to about 20 miles an hour. Sunshine. It'll be cold tomorrow. Not as breezy, but still got that north wind coming at us at 5 to 15. We'll have a high of close to 20, but those winds will put wind chills pretty much into upper single digits or even in the low double digits for highs with a wind chill factor come Saturday. Saturday night, clear, dropping to 5. Winds are going to become 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the northeast, move to the southeast after midnight. And by Sunday, it'll become partly sunny. We'll warm up to about 30 with those winds from the part coming out of the southeast, moving to the southwest. Clouds will roll back in Sunday night, and we'll have a low of 21. It will be breezy with southwest winds. This is going to usher in some precipitation that early Monday morning. Not exactly sure when it's going to start, but it'll probably be early morning in the early hours Monday, so like 2, 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. We should start to get a little bit of precipitation. That could be in the form of freezing rain or sleet. One of the two. It'll eventually turn into just rain during the day Monday, but we could have some very slick conditions early Monday morning. Just make you aware. Now, this is not etched in stone. That's still very, very subjective, but there's that possibility of us getting some freezing rain and or sleet early Monday morning. Then rain Monday night and a low of 29, and more rain expected on Tuesday with a high about 45 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios, as we mentioned, it's a cool morning here in Denton County. We have 8 degrees. That's not changed. Partly cloudy skies is what we're going to call it, as we have some gaps out there where the sun has made its way through. We have 16-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest. You'll feel them. 70% relative humidity. The pressure continues to rise at 30.50, so it's a moist wind coming out of the northwest. That is a cutter. And what that means, it goes right through you. Hits your skin, dries your skin out, and makes it feel even colder because there's moisture there. And as it hits, it just kind of, well, I won't say kind of has that kind of little pinpricks all over your body when it hits bare skin, but that's kind of what it feels like. -10 is what it feels like with the winds we currently have here at KSMO. And again, be cautious and dress appropriately if you're out of doors. You can get frostbite very quickly, especially in this kind of weather when you start to get out there. Right now, though, without the rain and without the precipitation, it would take a little bit longer. But you can expose your bare skin to that -10 with 70% relative humidity. Yeah, you're going to feel it pretty quick. All right, here at KSMO. Now look at weather, brought to you by all of us right here at KSMO, your hometown radio station. Appreciating you joining us. It's Friday, January 19th. We've got basketball tonight. Salem Tigers versus Kabul Bulldogs. This is not an SCA game. It's in the Houston tournament. It'll get underway somewhere around 8:30. So 8:15 to 8:20. We're going to have Tiger Talk coach Jared Passon. Salem won last night 71-60 over Fordland. And they are in the winner's bracket. Taking on the Bulldogs tonight, 8:30. Should Tigers win, they'll play at 6 tomorrow night. If they would lose, they'll play at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon at Houston in the championship round or third place round of the Houston Foundation Tournament today. All right, very good. We'll be there to bring that game to you tonight on KSMO Radio. Only AM 1340 and FM 95.7. We'll also audio stream that on KSMO Media, but there'll be no video stream of the game tonight from Houston. Okay. Right now, KSMO, we're ready for a little agribusiness news. It's next, brought to you by your friends at KSMO Radio. Agribusiness news of the Brownfield Farm Market Network right here on KSMO Salem.
A fertilizer market expert says shipping delays due to the rising tensions in the Middle East will likely raise the price of urea and phosphate. I'm Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. Josh Linville with StoneX Group says few fertilizer shipments are going through the Suez Canal. Instead, the ships are taking a longer and safer route to the United States, and it's expensive.
If you look at a vessel, you're talking probably $500,000 to $700,000 more. And when you look at that over the course of 30, 40,000 ton ship, you could be talking anywhere from 15 to 25 additional dollars just for the vessel freight.
He tells Brownfield those costs are expected to reach the farm, and producers should stay in contact with local retailers to discuss price and availability.
It's important now, just as it has been the last few years, to ensure that when we step up to want product, it's readily available when we want it.
Linville says that's a situation that will get even more complicated as spring planting gets closer. This could be a good time to lock in propane supplies for the 2024 harvest. Brownfield's Mark Dorenkamp has this report from the Min Ag Expo in Minnesota.
Central Farm Service Cooperative Energy Sales Manager Eric Hopp says propane supplies have grown.
We figure we probably missed at least one turn on propane tanks now with the mild winter, which is great for the consumer, not so good for the retailer.
He tells Brownfield propane prices are attractive for farmers looking to secure needs for harvest.
I definitely believe we're at a good spot.
Hopp encourages farmers to secure a quarter to half of their 2024 propane supplies now. Mark Dorenkamp, Brownfield.
Thanks, Mark. A nutritionist says more dairy producers are considering beef production alongside their milking herds, but there will be steps to take before diving into that new enterprise. Brownfield's Larry Lee has this report.
Amy Hofflow with Cargill Animal Nutrition tells Brownfield getting started with a beef on dairy system starts with the right genetics.
I would say it's as easy as interacting with your genetics company and understanding what metrics they have and what information they have to help you start selecting the right sires.
But Hofflow says producers need to look at the entire picture from start to finish before committing time and money into raising beef animals.
Try to figure out your market channel for where these animals are going to go before you jump into it.
Hofflow says the Holstein traits build a good frame, so feeding the beef animals is different since the focus is on building more lean muscle. From Dairy Strong in Green Bay, I'm Larry Lee, Brownfield Ag News.
A livestock economist says there's one area analysts are keeping a close eye on in this week's cattle on feed report from USDA. University of Missouri livestock economist Scott Brown.
We keep watching placements to see whether what was a little bit of a slowdown in December placement numbers will continue as we look ahead into January.
The report comes out today ahead of USDA's cattle inventory report, which is released later this month. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
If I could be you.
And you could be me?
For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perished in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.